Good afternoon, guys. I hope everyone is able to hear me loud and clear. In case no, then just let me know. Yeah, am I loud? Am I clear? As in, okay, perfect, perfect, guys, perfect. I hope people have not made huge losses, right? It's a very tricky day. It's a very tricky day. We wait for more and more people to join, but I will kind of just help you guys bring up the speed, right, with respect to where I am seeing this market to go, right? I'll just bring you guys up the speed there. So if you see this, right, you look at this, right, your range, right, for today was very well defined, right? Your range was very well defined between these 2 points, this entire zone, right? I said upside 44050 and downside this range, right, 43550 is what is gonna be very difficult for the bulls and bears to break, right? Both sides there is very difficulty, there is a difficulty in taking it out, right? Both sides there is a difficulty in taking it out. Now why exactly we are looking at this place to actually be a resistance, right? Why exactly are we looking at this place to be a resistance? The reason is very simple, right? If you see, while coming down there was this swing here, right? While coming down there was this swing here. I am just taking out this thing. While coming down यहाँ पे ना एक स्विंग आ गया था, ये ठीक है, ये स्विंग था. ये स्विंग जो है, इफ़ यू अगेन लुक एट दिस, राइट, ये आपका ड्रॉप पॉइंट है. ये ओपन लो कैंडल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये ओपन हाई कैंडल, राइट. फिर ये ड्रॉप आया, ये राइज हुआ, ये ड्रॉप आया, ठीक है. अब ये प्राइस एक्शन में ना आपको सी लुक एट दिस, राइट, ये आपका पूरा चार्ट का प्राइस एक्शन बन रहा है, ठीक है. दिस इज द चार्ट्स प्राइस एक्शन. नाउ डू यू सी द पिवट पॉइंट्स? इफ यू सी द पिवट पॉइंट्स, राइट, वेयर मार्केट हैज टेकन अ रेस्ट, दिस इज वन पिवट पॉइंट, right? I am just drawing it in a light shade, right? The other pivot point is here, right? Now this pivot point is very clear for us. The reason this pivot point is very clear for us is this is near a psychological support of 43,500. But this pivot point, no, this is gonna make trading put trade, right? If it opened gap up, right, I was hoping it will fall below this. It would have made everything very difficult here. The reason is very simple, right? If you see, there is a psychological support between 43,950 to 44,050, right? ये एक सपोर्ट है, ये एक साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट या साइकोलॉजिकल रेजिस्टेंस बन जाता है. नीचे एक और एक है. तो इफ दिस रेंज, राइट, गिवन एवरीथिंग इज कंसोलिडेटिंग हियर, राइट, don't get confused with calls and puts. You will lose a lot of money here, right? When the price action was forming, we took a put trade here because this resistance was not getting taken out, right? I am just taking this was the resistance point which was not getting taken out. Unfortunately, at that point of time in the morning when I gave a put, right, this one was the put. In the morning when I gave here na, here there was a sweep which was formed, right? So I had to forcefully give this put at 262. Otherwise I always prefer giving puts at support, which is VWAP. So support say this had gone, my target was 337. It met the target. Unfortunately this sweep candle here, right, so after this closing there was a sweep candle. Had the sweep candle not formed, I would have got a clean trade entry at 238, right? Now put chart clearly is showing resistance here, no matter what your OI data and everything is saying, right? The put chart is forming a resistance here. So as the puts keep coming up, right, this is where the put sellers are very comfortable, right, because they have been able to bring the put prices down from 613 to 172. Call sellers are comfortably sitting. I said yesterday in my video also, right, it looks like a J hook, it looks like a J hook, but calls में this area completely, right? This is a flip zone. Why is it a flip zone? Do you see this? Yesterday or day before yesterday this was taking a support, today it is taking a resistance, right? Now either side movement, if we need to see either side movement, we need to be very careful here, right? Your call option, this one, has a max potential of 411, safe traders, right? Your put option has a max potential of 338, right? Your spot chart is again not giving any conclusive evidence till it actually closes above 44080, right? Which is still 60-70 points away. My point is, right now, rather than trading call put, right, best thing would be between 130 and 230 market gives a move downside or upside, right? Ideally, if market gives a move downside or upside, I am looking at some consolidation from 230, right? Either here, right, if I am looking at trading put, or here, right, if I am looking at trading a call, right? One of these 2 points, the moment it meets, I will like to take a trade, right? Currently it is actually swinging in between, but more in favor of bulls, right? It is more in favor of bulls, the spot chart, right? Now you look at the component. Guys, any question, please ask me. It is gonna be a very tricky day, right? This is the third SBI and expiry that I am trading, right? I mentioned it in the video also, right? Live analysis video also. This is how the SBI and expiry typically plays. Generally the volatility range is slightly higher, but because we got the movement yesterday, today the movement is controlled, right? But 2021, 2022, 2023, right? This is the third one which I am playing. This March expiry, right? March as in, sorry, the March results which come out in May, it is the same. For people who have traded along with me, there are some participants who belong to the same batch. If you recollect, last time also sir made a huge loss, and many traders had also made a huge loss. It is not a matter of making fun. I am not making fun of anyone. It's just that these kind of setups are very difficult to trade, right? This kind of days are very difficult to trade. I had journaled it and hence I remembered it, right? Now I am coming to component chart. I am coming to component, and that is where I was giving warning to everyone that guys, be very cautious. Today is a day when many of us will lose a lot of money. Hey, hi Rajkumar, right? So if you see, right, Kotak is in the range. Kotak is in the range. Kotak is bearish, impulse, hang it did, right? Now this closing candle becomes a support, right? So from the top, Kotak is actually showing a, I'm just expanding this chart. I am just expanding this chart. Kotak has got a trend line resistance here, right? Kotak has got a trend line resistance here, right? Now ideally I want some consolidation before this break, because there are 2-3 touches nearly, right? So I need a trend line. Given there is a trend line, I need a breakout here, right? HDFC, which was bearish till yesterday, today has opened, taken a support at the prior closing candle, right? I had said HDFC is showing a trend line. In fact, every component in Banknifty, right, was showing this characteristic, right? For HDFC, for me to be bullish, you need to close this above this place, right? ये candle का जो low है is very important. So I need a closure somewhere. So if I start seeing it trading near 1653, I will get some confidence to go long. Yes, Shankar, hi. Right, so HDFC is also showing bullish tendency. Right now there is no trade, guys. Don't be in a hurry to make a trade today. Today there is a good chance that we will lose a good amount of our capital also, right? So don't be in a hurry. Today risk management keep very tight. It's a day of capital protection, right? ICICI was in a neutral territory yesterday, but I said this is mimicking the Bank Nifty chart. If you see, ICICI was the one which triggered the bullish rally, right? But it took a resistance here, right? It took a resistance. I was expecting a resistance, and after this candle, right, it did not. It actually continued up, right? ICICI is in a no trading zone right now, guys. All components are in a no trading zone. I am expecting PSU banks to give a rally. PSU banks will put the Nifty PSU chart as well, and these all will continue to go 1-2 rupees up, right? Be very cautious today, be very conservative, right? Be very conservative. Axis, it was not bearish for sure, but this opening candle, no, this big opening candle has spoiled the fun, because this typically is known as liquidity void. Guys, again make a note from a learning standpoint, these are liquidity void candles, because what happens, you have buyers only, no sellers. Typically when you have these kind of candles, right, and the candles start closing, do not take out the closing point of the, or rather the high point of the candle, they continue trading within. Typically then people who trade smart money, right, they move to 1 minute charts, they move to 1 minute charts, and they start, so this becomes their single candle order block, and this becomes their stop losses that they try to place above. And from here, right, at mitigation they keep refining these entries. This is their entry. Here they would short with a 2 or 1.6 point SL, they would trade it for this target, right, this entire target. This is how they trade 1 is to 10, 1 is to 12, 1 is to 14, right? From a smart money concept, this is a liquidity void setup. People also call it as a, they call it as a master candle, right? Some of them, right, they trade it, but this liquidity void as a setup, right, from a smart money standpoint, this is the same open high setup which we also trade through open interest, right? But this is how you trade this, and target for this one is actually, there is an engineered liquidity at 920, it will come down all the way to 918, it can come all the way to 918. Now Axis is bearish, HDFC is neutral, ICICI can go bullish, Kotak has to consolidate near trend line and break. So then what is the chart which is pulling Bank Nifty up? It is SBI. So SBI, if you see, right, look at it as a good, so people were asking me about head and shoulder, although I don't prefer trading this in such a short time frame, right? This is classically forming 1 2 3 pattern. There are multiple shoulders here, which is fine. Good afternoon, Rahul. There are multiple shoulders here, which is fine, but typically, right, shoulder should be half of the head, shoulder should be half of the head, and we are trading in 15 minutes. Ideally don't look at this pattern below 1 hour to 2 hour, right? If you even look at 1 hour, right, it is giving more than 45 candles, so I am sufficiently satisfied here, right? This wicks, if they get taken out near, so I don't want this to be breaking out now, I want this to not break 588 and should not break 592. After result, this particular script, right, can rocket 2 points to can rocket 12 to 15 points. This alone will take Bank Nifty up by 150 points, right, with a support or every other chart being neutral. Okay, so this is going up, right? Wait, do not enter anything right now, right? So this alone, right, so ideally this breakout should have not happened now. I think this is, has the result come out? Okay, SBI result has come out, right? SBI result has come out, it is good, and that is what is actually taking it up. SBI results are out at 130 and it is taking it up, right? So okay, we are at components, right? We'll continue sticking around on the components, right? Now if you see, right, IndusInd, which is IndusInd is neutral to bearish, it has to break this level of 1231 or 1248, right? If you see, HDFC is not contributing, ICICI is flat till it breaks this out. Right now the lone warrior is SBI, right? We were hoping SBI results, once they come out, they will propel the market up, but if you see, all the other components are actually mildly bullish to neutral, right? When we did the thesis, we said this is a level which will act as a resistance in the option chart. You can see it live, right? You can see it live. For people who joined late, you can actually go back and see how we drew these levels, right? I am personally on a wait and watch mode, right? I am personally on a wait and watch mode. I want to see how the follow up happens on the result, right? We will get a good move around 215 to 230. If you see, the profit booking is coming thick and fast. Guys who want to take a trade, take it about 245. The target is 342. Take it about 245 only, nothing before that. I am entering a put at 245. My stop loss will be 210, 35 point stop loss. It's going up 268. Trail, guys, 23 points are done. 23 points are done. trail, the target is 309 and 340, right? But trail, it's a tricky day. We have not got good. Did you see how this level acted as resistance, guys? Did you see how this level acted as resistance and how it is actually, it's rocketing up? Your 1:1 is done now, guys. I will exit the position. We have made 50 points. Exit guys. 60 points done. I am exiting. We are done. 1:2 is done. I am out. I am just updating this in the group. I am out, right? 80 points are done. We are out of PE trade with 1:2. I hope everyone made profit. If not, guys, this is how you trade a result, right? I wanted to do a live trade. We had made one loss. I hope participants were able to recover that loss, guys. I hope everyone was able to recover that loss, guys. It's gone, boom, 420, right? 420. It's okay, I came out. I did not hold anything because today morning was not that great for me. How many made good profit, guys? Just thumbs up. How many made good profit? Thumbs up for making profit. If you guys were not able to take a trade, it is okay. Do not worry. We had made a loss in the morning. This has recovered everything. Right now we can focus on learning. That is okay. Do not venture now. Do not venture now, guys. Whoever took the profit, it's good. Do not venture now. Guys who made profit, it's fine. The guys who did not, it's completely fine. Yes, news based move, but if you look at it, Utkarsh, I was saying that this will act as a resistance, so I am waiting for it. When we were analyzing components, I said SBI is moving up, right? No one is supporting. So we looked at the put. We did a component analysis. We did a spot chart analysis. I said above 43080 only there is a long, right? 44080. This level did not get taken out. Importantly, this level did not get taken out. Components did not give me the confidence along with SBI. And then once we saw, right, see, again guys, very important thing, right? When you do an analysis, right, do a holistic analysis. You do an analysis of this area, everything, right? The moment this one crossed VWAP, my stop loss was big. I gave a 35-point stop loss, which I generally don't give, but my targets were also big, right? I gave a quick exit also to people, right? And I said don't hold today. People would say that I would have booked out at 420 and all. That is all gyan. By you trade live, right? We are trading live here with 4950 members, analyzing the charts live. So this is how the chart analysis happens. And I said YouTube live lagging. No, YouTube live is not lagging, Santosh. It is actually, I have excellent connection. It's excellent connection, right? It's excellent connection here. There is no latency. I have given, and again I had given the call earlier, so there is no latency. Again, guys who have not been able to enter, it's okay. Go back and revisit the video, right? Revisit the video from a live standpoint. You will get a clear cut sense, right? We are back on the yeah, it's okay, right? It is not, I can see the sync with my logo. Okay, that's fine. So Santosh, probably, right, just check. Sometimes in case there is a buffering at your end, right, due to varying internet speeds, it could happen that you skip the 5 seconds and it goes behind. Just try to bring it to the live mode, right? Guys, we took a good live trade, right? We took a good live trade. I hope everyone has made good money, right? We are coming back to the chart. The chart is very volatile, right? At this dip, we observe what the Banknifty option writers did, right? If you see, put writers have exited more than the call writers, right? Put writers have exited more than the call writers, right? And I want to now see full day, right, what they have done. In my mind, right, this, yeah, in my mind, if you see, there is no call writers have all exited, put writers are holding the fort. That's fine, Sanjay, it's okay, completely fine, right? Yeah. No, I have complete, guys, you will have to change it manually. It is dependent on your setting there, Harsha. Yeah. So what do we want? Guys, don't venture right now. See, look at these candles, right? These are huge candles up and down, right? Now, if you want to take a trade, you have to wait for a consolidation here and then only enter. Put, I think, will again go up. The reason I am confident about the put going up is, if you see, right, when the fall happened, more and more put writers have exited their position rather than the call writers, right? We wait for a consolidation before we can actually go in and take a trade, right? We wait for a consolidation before which we can go in and take a trade. Don't be in a rush. We had a good trade where we recovered 80 points, right? Now we only wait and watch, right? Best place to take this trade would be near the VWAP. The VWAP, if you see, despite all this jumla and big volume, VWAP is still at 246, which means volume based buying has not happened. Anirudh, that's completely fine, don't worry, right? See, I am still saying, right, for people who could not enter, it is perfectly fine. Don't be in a FOMO mode. We wait and we take a trade, right? We wait and we take a trade, right? Okay, you rocked it. Yeah, but CE was risky, right? It's below VWAP. I don't suggest. Now, at this stage, right, don't be in a rush to enter a trade. Just wait out. I want a consolidation. See, what is surprising for me is these volume bars, right, on the option buying and option selling have not changed the VWAP levels. जबकि पूरे दिन लो वॉल्यूम में था ये पूरा, ये सभी कुछ लो वॉल्यूम में था, राइट? सो इन सच अ केस व्हाट इज इट सेइंग? मोर एंड मोर, राइट, ऑप्शन सेलर्स हैव एग्जिटेड देयर क्वांटिटी एंड कॉल्स एंड पुट्स दोनों चिपका के गए हैं. I personally am seeing a day today option expiry, right? Hero Zero do not have major expectations because I personally am seeing this will be range bound. The reason is, if you see big volume bar coming here, big volume bar coming here, CEPE writers, despite entering with big quantity, VWAPs are flat. VWAPs are flat. You look at VWAP after 10:30, it is completely flat, both sides, right? Both sides. So sellers have managed to control the position both sides. Whenever it is going up, they are selling. Whenever it is coming down, they are as in they are exiting their position. VWAP is nothing but it's a line of control. VWAP is nothing but it is a line of control. Line of control के उस side they make losses, line of control के इस side they make profits, right? So if you see, they are actually maintaining these trades in a small line of control, and people who are trying to enter, right, put buyers thinking that we will make money, or call buyers who are thinking they will make money, they are controlling market in a narrow range in both these areas, right? The reason I have taken 43,700 and 44,200 is today in the money strikes, right, both they are not moving much. 44,000 PE and CE, they both are not moving much, right? Guys, ask any question if you have. Ask any question if you have, right? And see, again I am saying this is event based trading, right? On an expiry on Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty in itself is very difficult to trade. On an event of a heavyweight result on an expiry rate, it's very difficult to trade. If you are missing the bus, right, do not be in a FOMO. You will wipe out your capital, guys. You will wipe out your capital. Do not be in a FOMO. We made a loss, small loss today in the morning. We have recovered at least 1:3 there, right? Because we took a loss of, I think we had taken a loss of 26 points. We have now recovered 80 points. Whoever entered along with me, they have recovered 80 points. Yeah, 44,000 moved, but 44,000 throughout the day is not moving, right? It's okay for anyone who has missed, right? It's completely fine. Don't be in a FOMO. Market will give you another opportunity. Important thing is, make a note of how I am analyzing these charts and how I am suggesting this entry. If you learn it, right, without any support from anyone, you can do independent trades. My problem in all the live analysis that I used to enter, right, was the mentor who would take it would never explain the logic. He would just say I am entering here and I am exiting here, right? I am taking pains to go through the logic and explain you guys the logic of taking this trade, right? I am doing the analysis along with you rather than just giving you the tip or level, right? That is where I want you guys. I would be more happy if you guys are going back with learning, right, and no loss, right? I don't want you guys to make a loss because it's your time that you are investing with us, and I want you guys to be equipped with knowledge, right? Why SBI releasing results so much? Rajkumar ji, SBI actually always declares the results, and this particular result of SBI, is always very tricky to trade. The March result, which comes in May. Last 3 years, the last 2 years that I have been trading, right, live with sir, 2021 and 2022, I remember it was a very tricky day. That is where I was telling everyone that today's expiry is going to be very tricky. The range has been narrow because yesterday there was volatility, right? Had the range been narrow yesterday, then today it would have been doom. 2021, my biggest profit screenshot was on this day. I still remember 2021, my biggest screenshot came on this day. SBI expiry, SBI volatility on expiry. I remember markets moved 800 to 900 points both sides, right? And it kept on moving the entire day, right? It kept on moving the entire day. Markets were trading between 31,000 and 32. I don't remember the exact number, but it was trading between 31 and 32,000 if I'm not mistaken. And that day option sellers literally were crying because there was a slippage in people's order, and that slippage in order, right, costed a very big trader almost 1.5 to 1.8 cr, right? So many people from stock phoenix days remember this day, right? I think this was my biggest profit in my career. I have never been able to reach those levels. I have never been able to take that much risk also. Yeah. Again, important thing is learn the logic of trading more than anything. If you have learned the logic of trading, you will be able to replicate such days. These market will not go anywhere. Market will keep coming like this only, right? There is going to be no difference. Now, interestingly, right? Interestingly, HDFC is staying flat. If you look at HDFC, it is flat. ICICI is flat to bullish. SBI has formed a big doji because of the result, right? Surprisingly, along with SBI, only Axis formed a big doji. Rest all are flat, right? Kotak is positive. IndusInd is also formed doji, right? IndusInd is but negative. What are these six components telling, right? What are these six components telling you? Quickly, guys, for whoever has joined, right? What are the six components telling you? I want to know from each one of you all, what are the six components trying to tell you? See, chart reading mein na, learn to predict. It's okay. Predict, just put up a hypothesis and just try to put up what your mind is telling you, right? And you can either go right or wrong, but it's always good to understand where we are going wrong and then refine. It is indicating sideways. Okay, good. It is indicating sideways. Um, it is indicating sideways. Except SBI, all are range bound, bullish to sideways, flat. Nagaraj, you are again sideways, a bit volatile but sideways, premium will be eaten. Good. Prava, I think what you have written, I would accept SBI, all are range bound. Yeah, SBI and Axis, but Axis is taking support, eat PEC. Yes. So again, guys, now once I start looking at the spot, right, I wanted it to consolidate here after 230. I will get a good trade, right? Spot is near resistance or near support. Spot is also sideways for most of the components, correct, Geeta? So now if you see, right, this box, forget everything which has happened yesterday, right? You have a range which you want to break, right? ये ब्रेक किया ना, ये स्विंग ब्रेक किया तो सीधा नीचे इधर 43,500 है, ठीक है? ये रेंज में भी अगर आप फिबोनाची लगाओगे ना, फिबोनाची इज नथिंग बट जस्ट टू अराइव एट एवरेज, राइट? ये रेंज में भी अगर आप एवरेज लगाओगे, मार्केट कहाँ ट्रेड कर रहा है देखिए, मार्केट इज ट्रेडिंग एट 50%. Aditya, wait. The reason why I don't want to condition my mind to bearish is, for me to actually be bearish, it should be trading below 23.6%, right? And consolidate there. If you see, right, market is actually trading most of the time between 78 and 38%, and it's spending a lion's share between 61 and 50%. If this is the case, right, this one, see now understand, घोड़ा बहुत देर से दौड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है. See, your horse is in a stable, has been kept under a leash, right? Horse has not had food, water, anything. Horse needs to search for water. Without stamina, if it tries to run up, stamina is nothing but news or any stimulus, right? Without stamina or news, if it tries to run up, right, will it get tired at 44061, right? Yes. If it comes down again, will it get tired at 43880? Yes. So market for a breakout or breakdown, right, needs to trade near those levels. घोड़े ने यहाँ पे पानी पिया ना, उसके बाद घोड़ा भागेगा. अभी घोड़ा कहीं पे रुक ही नहीं रहा है, न पानी पी रहा है, न कुछ कर रहा है, और अपने पानी से बहुत दूर है. Sanjay, just try to change the quality manually in your case. For me, it's completely, as in it doesn't depend on my quality. Actually, mine is showing excellent connection. Mine is showing excellent connection. You may just want to change quality manually. Yeah. So horse is actually tied exactly in between. The food is kept at these two places. They are not allowing horse to eat the food, stay there and eat the food. If horse tries to run in one direction also, it will not have the stamina, right? It will not have the stamina. So don't try to enter this right now. There is a demand, there is a supply up. It will eat your SLs both the sides, right? I want some sort of consolidation before a breakdown or breakout. Right now SBI, which is bullish, is turning. So this is the only chart which is running Bank Nifty. It needs a support from HDFC or ICICI below 943 or below 945 will give you some bearish moves. Axis has to actually close below 916 to get, yeah, Ghoda terminology, but I also added the food thing, right? He actually explained this whole thing, and when I sat with him once, right, I actually tried to understand the whole rationale, and that is where I framed my own terminology, right? So this whole piece, right, is being run by SBI. Don't try to get into call or put. It will unnecessarily eat your SLs. You are seeing the movement on chart. It is very volatile. It will not allow you an entry or exit, and it will keep consuming your stop losses, right? So wait and try and take a trade after waiting. This is again a good resistance because 1 2 3 put writers have made a significant money here always whenever the market has come, right? Guys, any question on this? Any question? Can we buy SBIN? No. SBIN, please don't buy right now. It is not a good buy. You are looking at this, but ideally, see, there is a trend line liquidity. There was a trend line liquidity which was taken out. Decisional area, it took a support, went up. Again, decisional area has been taken out. Best buy will be around 567, not here. These are all decisional areas. It will come back and take out the SL. Right now I have to wait till I see, ideally, right, for a breakdown it should consolidate at some place and then break down. If it is not consolidating, right, it is bad news for me, because then the market will continue running in either direction. My stop losses will be huge, right? My stop losses will be huge. I don't want to risk my trade in a stop loss manner. Now if you see, right, when we did the option analysis at the dip, what did I say? At the dip, when we saw it, right, I had seen it in 5-minute dip, right? What did I say? More than call writers, put writers have exited, right? Market may sink, right? Market may sink. Do you guys now, some of you use this OI pulse, right, but have not been able to effectively utilize the open interest statistics page and all. Do you guys understand how I am looking or analyzing at this data? Right, how do I make use of it? I use the component chart and I keep analyzing everything from a support standpoint. I use OI statistics to firm up my view whenever there is a confusion. Guys, any question? Please ask if there is any question, right? um, as I said, this had to consolidate, right? If it is not consolidating and running, it will keep giving the moves. But look at it, right? It was, the put was at 44 200, put was at 365. It has quickly come down to 325, right? This is where I am not comfortable entering a trade here. It is gonna eat your SL very fast. It is gonna, yeah, I don't choose these moves. Yeah, I don't chase moves. Yeah, I don't chase when there is no logic, right? But again, if you see, right, without consolidation, I said don't enter because your SLs will be big. Now do you see it live with you guys, as in what is happening, right? So don't get lured by the movements, right? SBI, can you up direction? SBI, can you up direction? I am not sure. SBI is in a no trade zone. There is no direction right now, but SBI is in a no trade zone, right? So, guys, has everyone understood the logic, right, of how to place entry? How to see? Many guys have asked us in DM support ID also, right? How do you guys sit neutral in the market? This is how you sit neutral in the market, right? You wait for your, as I said, right? I have a process, right? We teach those setups also through defined programs, right? There is a setup, that is a process. We use a combination of multiple things, right? Chart pattern, indicators, some indicators, right? For people who are not comfortable analyzing naked charts, right? SBI is falling, results are good. Yes, that is what Preetham happens when the result has already been factored in. I think SBIN is one such case which has actually given a good run up from 520 to 590. So now at the results, it is profit booking, right? So when such a thing happens, so we use combination of things, candlestick pattern, chart patterns, right? Candlestick patterns are nothing but they show you what is the behavior, right, from buyer and seller standpoint. And last but not the least is what I have added, right, for my forex trading is smart money concepts which I learned to ensure that say we are able to draw out the liquidity inducement and all those things, right? Many people were asking us, can you teach advanced smart money concepts? Guys, advanced smart money concepts is advanced price action, without even knowing whether the foundation is done in the right way or not. Because see, you don't trade alone on smart money concepts, right? But if I don't know whether the people are placed well with respect to their candlestick patterns and the chart patterns, right, it's very difficult. I can teach smart money, but it'll all go above the head, right? I plan to do some videos later to actually cover the basics there. It would be difficult for people to make any sense. That is where I want to keep it simple, right? Because we are doing it broad based. I want to ensure people at least their foundation is good, so that as you kind of say are watching YouTube videos of us or someone else, right, you would be able to make a better sense of things, right? Now we are again going back to this chart, right? We want a consolidation here. The candles are not consolidating, right? We wait and see. Ideally now between 950 and 820, this should spend 15-20 minutes. Otherwise, if the fall happens, it will again get swept up, right? Otherwise, if the fall happens, it will again get swept up, right? Interestingly, this one has gone above, but there is a demand, there is a supply here. We wait and we take a trade, guys. Again, I am saying don't be in a rush to take a trade. Your support, right, your VWAP is at 245, this is at 395. Your call writers, right, who have written at 295, VWAP has only been dragged by, they have been able to drag by 8 points. Somehow this is not convincing me. Somehow this is not convincing me to take a trade, because ideally VWAP should have given some slope. It has given no slope at all, right? It could be a trap. Be very cautious. I am not entering here. My entry which was done has given me decent returns. I am waiting for my trade before I can confirm. Personally, I am seeing this as a good trap to actually eat premiums, right? I wait for my entries because if there is no pakka setup, right, it is very difficult to suggest a trade, right? And if it is moving, right, let it move. That is not my worry. If it is moving, let it move. Market is not gonna go anywhere. We will get a trade, right? We just need good 2 or 3 trades to get our entry, right? So that is where you don't be in a rush to take a trade. Don't be in a rush to take a trade. You will always get an entry. You have to just ensure that when the entry comes, you are able to take the trade. Is the logic understood, guys? Yeah, do you see this? See, again, the point is in the chart, right? This is making movement. So spot clearly has to trade at the lower end. Spot is trading at the lower end. I need some consolidation here. These movements, right, these big wild candles are not giving me any comfort. I generally don't prefer entering and exiting, averaging and all those things, right? I don't prefer. That is not my style. That is not my style. I don't do it, and hence I don't recommend anyone to also trade in that manner, right? Yeah, I am teaching how to avoid phone. Thanks. But if you see, right, this see, and today's expiry day, right, 811 to 848. Trust me, whoever would have entered here, tell me, can you place in see, this is 388, right? Someone who would have entered at this breakout of 394, 342, right? 52 point stop loss. You will end up doing stop loss the whole day. While the move will come in your favor, right? I don't think your stop losses will be big enough or wide enough, right? There is a school of thought which says we keep averaging for 100 120 points. I have also read it somewhere in social media. People are saying that you cannot catch bottoms and tops of the option, as in you can never catch the bottoms of the option price. I agree. I am not someone who is saying that you should catch tops and bottoms, but you always enter in a stable environment so that you have a logical stop loss to place. I am not saying I want to catch this bottom of 180 and I want to exit at 420. No, I am saying I should have some stability around 248 so that I can place a stop loss at 221. I am not targeting anything more than 322. If you remember, when this candle also went up, I said at 320 start exiting. I had exited completely. Generally I hold 15-20% of my quantity back. This is event based trading. You don't try to be a hero saying that I captured the entire trend. You just wait and take. I have already taken a stop loss today in gold, and I have taken a stop loss in Banknifty PE while I was right on the direction, right? So now I have to be conservative. I am not here to be right or wrong. I am here to make money. I am here to take a trade, and I am here to teach you guys the right discipline that I learned. I am not saying this is the holy grail of trading, but this is something which has helped me create sustainable income from the market, right? See, Chacha, my mentor, right, and he's someone who disciplined me a lot, and there is no harm in admitting to that thing, right? He was my one of the best mentors that I've got in my Bank Nifty life. I always feel I'm indebted to him for my Bank Nifty trading, right? He has put out a message right now. SBI रिजल्ट आने के बाद ट्रेड करना तो दूर, देखने को भी डर लगता है. For a guy with that kind of capital and guy who has made crores of money from the market, right, trading, and who makes lakhs of rupees out of YouTube videos and his premium, as in we trade, right? So his brokerage he gets, right? He makes lakhs of rupees every day, right? But even a guy with that kind of capital and backing, and who has made money today in the call that he gave, right? He had taken a put. Even he is saying that I want to stay away. Thanks, right? So again, don't be trigger ready in taking trade, right? Wait always before you enter a trade, right? Some of these things I have learned from some of these traders. Whatever, see, again I'm saying no trader is perfect. You take the best out of him. Yeah, if you feel that some things that I am saying is not working for you, it is perfectly fine, right? You can eliminate that aspect which you are finding no value in, and hold on to things that you feel are valuable for your setup, right? I clearly want to see a consolidation somewhere here. I want to see a consolidation here. This is not consolidation. If you see this big wicks, right, is not giving me any comfort to take the trade. Yeah. he he writes some funny one liners in local dialect also, right? So it's fun, right? So clearly this swing, anything above this swing, this is the closing candle of yesterday, right? So closing candle above yesterday's closing candle, right, buyers are still holding the fort. Unfortunately, this expiry is very tricky because you have a resistance upside, you have a support downside, now multiple supports, right? You have this swing as well as this closing candle, right? So both these areas are good support. Guys, are you guys getting a comfort in terms of how we are selecting support zones or and resistance zones, right? Just a quick thumbs up, right? So this is a support of the closing candle, a very important closing candle, right? So again, my first session that I took, right, where I did not give any trades to people, many people joined the session and some people left the session thinking कि यार ये boring हो जाएगा, theory है. I said this is one of the most important session because I am teaching you how to draw swings, right? And swing is the most important thing in market because once you are able to draw out a swing, right, now you know, are the bulls in control, are the bears in control, where should I enter how much quantity, right? And where I should be very daring, where I should not be daring and exit immediately, right? See, today 320 के बाद the put has gone to 420. Many social media handles will say that we entered at 245 and we exited at 420. I am saying in live, right? Please show where you entered and where you exited. I am giving live trades right now for the same reason, right? It's very, so don't get lured. I am not saying they are doing wrong, I am just saying don't get lured by these things when you are trading. When you are trading with your account, with your money, right, just be cautious in everything that you are doing, right? Now supports and resistance, as I said, today there are multiple levels of support, multiple levels of support placed next to each other. They need a lot of force to break. That ghoda analogy that I gave, right, you need force to break, you need consolidation. See, sellers need to get activated there, right? If a seller is, if a thing is coming from the top, it will have a dead cat bounce and then it will not have the same velocity to fall. If it is staying here, if it is staying here, right, another push by the operators will actually bring it down very fast, right? You have multiple supports here, you have multiple resistances upside, till it actually consolidates, right, it will not give you a good trade for taking on a hero zero. I am personally saying avoid hero zero. Please avoid hero zero. Don't try to cover your losses today from hero zero. For whoever has taken the trade, right, if you understand, we posted 4 to 5 trades today. Gold was a stop loss, Banknifty was a stop loss initially. The stock option gave good results on Chambal fertilizers, and this trade has given. See, this is how you take a trade, right? Out of 5, 3 to 4 trades, and there was one chart which I shared. Some people took a trade, some did not. Out of 5, 3 entries have been good, but with 1:3 risk reward, we have made handsome returns even today after giving 2 stop losses. And if you understand, first trade was a stop loss in the in Bank Nifty. Typically, I have lost 1% capital. I don't try to make 10-12% returns on these days. I just focus on making 6 to 7% or 3 to 6% returns because now I don't have big leeway, right? So second trade was again taken with 1% risk on capital. I made 2.5% there. Now I have been only taking risk on 2.5% profit, right? 2.5% profit, and 2.5% भी profit नहीं, 1% को हटा दो तो 1.5% के profit से ही I am taking risk. So my, if I will share my position size, I am not taking more than 8 or 12 lots. For people who have been trading with me, they know that I usually take much bigger position sizing than this, right? But given market has given us first stop loss, yes, our analysis was right, everything was right, but entry, because my setup looks at that candle, became slightly delayed, right? it is not going to give me reward today the way I like it, right? And I have to accept it. The good thing is it is still allowing me to go in good green, right? It is allowing me to go in good green. So I have to accept that outcome and take a trade, right? Now see, I will quickly zoom into 5 minute chart. See, at first resistance that we were thinking, see, market is now consolidating at this pivot point, right? This pivot point. Do you see this buying, these sellers, right? These sellers were actually pushed back by this buying, right? This consolidation is good. Let it consolidate for now falling. No, it is not falling, sir. Please wait, right? This consolidation is good. Let it consolidate. Let it come up. You will get a good shot at 43,854. If it's consolidated, you will get a good shot. Otherwise, this one will be very tricky to trade, right? You can look at 44,000 PE now, right? We can see 44,000 PE. If we get, yeah, we will get an entry around between 159 and 115. We will get an entry between 159 and 115. Don't be trigger ready now. Just wait. You will get a good entry between 159 and 119, right? This zone between will give you guys a good entry, right? Just wait for your entry. This consolidation in the market was good. This consolidation in it's 15 minutes only, right? It is touching the next level of support. This support is now, we can consider this support is over and out. This support is over and out. I am now looking at these candles because this has become a flip zone. I am looking at these candles to give me resistance. These candles to give me resistance. Let it come back, retest this area between 43,850 and 872. If the candle comes and forms a wick, I will have a stop loss to place in the market, which will be 15 to 20 points. I will get a good trade, right? This selling area now, this support I have taken it out because now with a good solid body it has given a closing below. Guys, I hope everyone is able to follow the way I am looking at the market right now. Yeah, guys, flip zone becomes because demand became supply. Yes, because demand became supply, right? Now if you see, right, I said don't be trigger ready. We'll again revisit this. We had 44,200 PE, right? Breakout trade, we would have entered at 420, went to 440, back to 407, right? But the good thing is, for the first time it's gone and started closing above it, right? That is where I always say don't be trigger ready, right? I'm switching to 44,000 PE now. I am switching to 44,000 PE now because I am seeing a good trade if it comes between this area, right? Between this area, let it come back. I will have a good trade to take here, right? Let it come back. I will have a good trade to take here. See, market में securities will keep moving, option prices will keep moving. You have to stay consistent to your setup. Otherwise, with all movements, you will have lots of stop losses. So don't trade all candles. Do not be in a rush to trade all candles. It will consume your stop loss. 44,200 PE, which was trading at 440, is right now trading at 390, right? This is how option sellers actually make a mockery of option buyers. And which is where I always say, right, option buying, you have to chase moment, you have to trade momentum, not chase momentum. You have to trade momentum. Yes, because you are actually in a bullish market, Rahul. So you have to wait for breakdown, retest, and then breakdown. We are not in a bearish market, right? Longer term, see, on the short side, right, we are trading a pullback. Short side, we are trading a pullback because market has given a 6,000 point rally nearby, right? 38,300 to 44,300, right? Not exactly, but 5,700 point rally, right? So market has given a big rally. Right now, if you see, right, we have not even fallen 700 points from the top. 700 points in 5,700 is not even 12 to 14% retracement. Now, in such a scenario, put buying is very difficult because traders will always be in a FOMO who have missed buying, and they will not buy options. They will buy cash market securities which will pull it up, right? Now, if you see here, see, we are on the spot chart, right? On the spot chart, we saw there is no entry right now. We give it time. Now on the component chart, right? See, if you see, there is a coordinated buying. I said there will be a coordinated buying in cash market. ICICI, HDFC, Kotak small, Axis again big, SBI big, right? What have they done? There is a coordinated buying, right? Yes, yes, yes. No, no, component. See, in a market, when you're seated in front of system, keep analyzing. Don't take your eyes off the system, right? So when I'm in front of charts, I am looking at everything. Spot chart, I am looking at various strikes, I am looking at open interest. So whatever I am doing with you guys, right, is what I do as a schedule. Whenever I am in front of system, I keep doing each of these things so that I am ready to pull my trigger when the momentum will come. Now the problem here is, see, just few minutes back, if you remember, when I had shown the open interest statistics chart, 43,800 was a calls had covered. Now calls have started writing, right? Let this puts cover, which means for put covering, right, market has to go up. So you will get a good trade. See, it's come and touched this zone. The zone that I said, right? So this became a support. It has come and touched this zone. This is the zone that we spoke about. Guys who are missing this, right, please go back and watch this live video again. Some of these things I am saying in the live market, that I am now looking at these zones to enter or exit, right? If you see, whatever we had discussed is actually happening now. Do I have a support trade here? No. I would have shorted a call. Sorry, I would have shorted a put. Right, at this level I would have shorted a put because at 236, so I was looking at 44,200 PE, right? 44,200 PE, I would have shorted this put at 431 with a stop loss of 468, 37 point stop loss, but this would have given me more than 100 point rally. For people who have been trading with me in 8th mentoring program, do you guys remember many times I give these calls and put short? Right now I am in a live session. I am not giving it because not everyone sells options. It will not pique interest of everyone, right? Again, from this session, guys, please try to take out all the knowledge, right? Because I am giving this basis whatever I have learned using, spending a lot of hard time, right? So even if you guys don't in future, right, once you are fully capable of taking it, without any sessions, without anyone's help, you guys can continue taking these trades if your analysis becomes good enough. Yeah, so I am still waiting, right? I am still waiting for this put. If you see below VWAP, it can take a support here. I am still waiting, right? At this point, this one will not come and test 262, right? It will not come and test. So for me to enter, right, I have 112, I have 81, right? These are the two spots which I am looking at, right? Clearly Banknifty is now a sell on rise because this range that it had formed, it has broken, right? Now it is going up. It is just going up to test the waters. Right now there is no call trade which is there for me, right? But guys, if you understand, right, I said don't pull. Is there a possibility of flip zone failure? Yes, there is a possibility, but see, we will not take a trade at the flip zone. Again, I said, right, we are in a bullish market, so for us, we are trading a pullback when we are trading puts. So I need confirmation at this zone. At this zone, I need a candlestick to confirm that it will go low, or if say smart money players, right? Smart money players who are trading, there is this Marubozu, right? It has actually done a break of structure. I need it to come and trade below 43,840 to again enter a trade, right? So फ्लिप जोन का फेलियर अगर होता है तो फ्लिप जोन फेलियर से आपको ट्रेड नहीं लेना है कहीं पे भी, ठीक है. सो आई एम स्टिल वेटिंग गाइज, माई ट्रेड हैज़ नॉट गॉट ट्रिगर्ड, आई एम स्टिल वेटिंग. बट इफ आई गेट अ गुड एंट्री बिटवीन 198 100 and 114 here, right? If I get a good support here, I would like to enter this trade, right? I would like to enter this trade, guys. Again I am saying, try to soak up the knowledge, right? We had a good entry. Do not try to chase profit right now, it will take away everything from you, right? Do not try to chase the profit. It's a very tricky market to trade, it's a very difficult market to trade, right? Components, as we see, components are, so see, this is actually broken down, now trying to take a support. We are not, no, we looked at the data, Prava, we looked at the data, right? You are saying abnormal OI buildup, I want to see it, but the problem is this data, right, is also very glaring, right? We can see the data of 44,000. Personally, I want to avoid Hero Zero today. That is where I am not venturing there. I want to avoid Hero Zero today. Right? I would not be see, because today, right, it's volatile. I am pretty sure between 43,800 and 44,200, everywhere both sides will be confused. So if you see, right, here if I see, right, I started with 13 lakh contracts, it went up, it's come down, right? You see a confusion here. Here I started with 61 lakh contracts, I have built position, but here also, right, the kind of position I built, I have exited similar amount of quantity. So it will be a confusion both the sides. Today our abnormal OI setup will not give you any good entries because of the event which was there at 2 o'clock. Yeah. So if you see here also the same story, 12 lakh contracts, continuous build up, small exit here of the put writers, 43,800 put writers exited small, call writers were confused in the, as in they did not have position, building, taking out. Utkarsh, right now it's in an inside swing, so there is no inducement right now, so it's in an inside swing. Inside swing में I can show about inducement, but it will confuse everyone. No, data does not always confuse. Data is actually very clear. The way to read that data, right, is data is what we need to develop over a period of time, right? So again, by learning from Shiva sir and then gradually through multiple experiences, right, I have now been able to come at a spot where it becomes easy for me, right? बपन SBI का रिजल्ट अच्छा आया है, लेकिन ये प्रॉफिट बुकिंग है. सो ये रिजल्ट के पहले ना इट हैड रन अप फ्रॉम 520 टू 580. सो दिस इज प्रॉफिट बुकिंग. नाउ डू यू सी आफ्टर टेकिंग आउट एवरी वन स्टॉप लॉस, these guys came down to 129 130 level, they are again going up. I hope no one is trapped on the call side. I said don't get trapped, it is a trap to take out your stop losses. Right? So now if we see, right, we will have to monitor the open interest, right? Open interest is, there is no, these guys, right, should build some positions between 230 and 3, and then if they exit, right, we will get a good hero zero on 43,900 p. But I would say personally avoid hero zero today. You look at the chart, right, chart is very very confused. It will not give you guys a good trade on the hero zero. This is not a good chart to trade hero zero. No, Vikas, I have actually said it has to touch 567. So please don't enter any please don't make any positions right now. See, do you see how it went? It has come down to VWAP. I want to make some positions here. I am entering some positions at 123. I am entering some positions at 123, right? My stop, okay, my stop loss is hit. If you guys have not, then please avoid. Guys, avoid taking any trades. It will be very risky to enter. It is not giving an entry and exit. But in all probabilities, put trade will trigger now. Put trade will trigger now. I am waiting for a good entry to take my puts. It is very volatile. It will eat away your stop losses, guys, which is what happened to us. But it's a put trade, right? It's a put trade for me. I was waiting at this VWAP, right? It's a put trade for me. I am again gonna wait at VWAP and take a trade. उत्कर्ष, I will try to, right, inside swing में, लेकिन we'll have to do a separate something on weekend. Yeah, I am just waiting for a entry now, right? I am waiting for an entry. It is gonna be on the put side only. It is gonna be on a put side, right? We are waiting for an entry. But this consolidation now is good for me, right? This consolidation is now good for me. After 230 we will see a good exit of 43,900 and 43,800 put writers, right? You have sufficient put writers here. If they exit in that morning, right, these 44 lakh contracts that they had built, this particular strike, right, if it comes down to 8 or 10 rupees, this could be my hero zero. Again, only 10% of your profit, guys, because today it's a difficult day. We have made a decent profit. Now I don't want you guys to turn it into loss. It is a very difficult day to take a hero zero trade. I would avoid hero zero trade at all cost. If you have not made profit, don't try to recover your losses from this trade. It is gonna be hell. See, this trade also came in our direction, but it just wiped out the stop loss, right? It was 11 point stop loss that I had planned. It touched, I was looking at an entry here, 123 somewhere, right? And my stop loss was just below VWAP. It came, it quickly took the stop loss, and it's going up. So today the entry and exit is very very difficult. Be very very cautious in taking entries. It can wipe your capital in no time. It is gonna be put. Don't enter longs. It is gonna be a put day only. Consolidation down. It has given. It has given the consolidation down. It is gonna be a put day only. I am seeing a big candle downwards. I am seeing a candle downwards, guys. I am seeing a candle downwards because components are all bearish. This one below 944, right? It has a support here, but HDFC, if it starts trading below 1637, can give a 8-point move. SBI is already indicating a downward move, right? It can come and retest 567 levels, right? So I am looking at a downward move only. I need a good support to buy my puts. Yes, Utkarsh, I placed an SL buy order and this stop loss got hit. Guys, again I'm saying don't be in a rush. You will get a trade. Wait, we will get our entries. Don't be in a rush. Guys, एंट्री लॉजिक ठीक था लेकिन सी look at this see look at this chart, right? Now we are entering somewhere here, right? 123. This is the swing, right? Do you see this swing? 5-minute chart mein, do you see this swing at 123? This is where we entered, right? Now here our stop loss typically has to be somewhere at the body of this candle, right? 108. So it is just below VWAP, right? Now what happened in the flow, right? It actually touched VWAP and it closed below, right? 3 point niche. So वापस अब there is a today if you see, right, both the entries had I taken at VWAP, my stop loss would have not got hit. But generally, if I take such trades, right, 8 out of 10 times I get an entry and 60-70% times I am successful. So if I wait for VWAP, 8 times I don't get an entry only. Right, so this trade gives me an entry and it gives me 2 is to say 1 is to 3, 1 is to 4 reward. So 2 or 3 times it gives me a stop loss also, right, which is okay. I lose some money, but many times I don't get an entry, and see this is any which is I'm playing out of my profit, so it doesn't hurt me a lot, right? But the good thing again, guys, understand the logic, right? So when I'm pulling the trigger, if you see when it's going up, I am not trading a breakout. I am not trading a breakout on option chart, or I am not trading a breakout on Bank Nifty or breakdown on Bank Nifty. I am always saying wait for a retest. If you get a good spot to buy your put positions or call positions, right, take a trade, because that way you will save a lot of your capital. Uh, 2 is to 4 is nothing but 1 is to 2 only. So don't increase your risk, Dushyant. Never increase your risk for a reward. Market में always conserve your capital, guys. Your capital is the only tool which will help you make a good money. Yeah. See, we still wait here. Now our buying range is defined, right? We still wait. Thank you, Utkarsh. I have made lot of losses and then I have learnt it. Very high probability throughout the day it will consolidate between these two range also, which is where I am not in favor. Yes, today every move is happening with low volume, and that is where I personally feel today hero zero is not a good idea, because see it's stuck, right? Now we want a consolidation here. The consolidation has happened. We want a push down. For a push down, right, by 245 250, these candles should be trading around 43 782. it should not be trading where it is trading right now. It should be trading between this range of 810 and 780. वहीं से पुश मिलेगा ना तो ये टूटेगा. अब यहाँ से पुश मिलेगा ना 855 से, तो वो ये 696 को तोड़ नहीं पाएगा. 855 to 696 is 150 point on the day of expiry. When you have this kind of OI build up, right, it's very difficult to see. 50-60 point movement, I agree, but this kind of build up very difficult to take out. Very difficult to take out, right? And call guys are not adding any positions, which is where I am still waiting. I would say I don't think it will happen today, because if you see that throughout the day, right, they have kept it in a position. Okay, now this piece of information is interesting. If you see, these guys were holding the control, both the sides. This guy was holding the control. There was a confusion in between. Now they are writing, right? If you see any move below 43,800, right, you will see this 35 to 40 lakh contracts getting covered, which means this price ideally could come all the way from, say, if it starts trading around 10 to 12 rupees, right, it can come all the way to 45.50. This could be my hero zero. I would target 43,800 as a good hero zero for me, because of that piece of data that I am seeing there, right? There is a good build up. Let it come down. We are seeing a support on the option chart here. Let it come down all the way. It will sweep at 14. It will come down, touch 12.8, sweep at 14, and then it can come back and retest 36. Again, a piece of caution: do not trade more than 10% of your profits. Right? Do not trade more than 10% of your profits. This one I would target as my hero zero. We have had a good amount of learning. We have made good money. I do not want to give back my money to the market. Let me look at 43,800 CE as well. Okay, I placed both. This one is looking more probable. This guy is writing well. We see which one. Someone has to seed the ground. In my opinion, 43,900 का put covering अगर होगा, 43,800 देखेंगे. We will be able to. This guy is writing well, right? He can get trapped positionally also, right? Here there is big. They have built a good support around 43,800. If we see a breakdown, we'll get a good trade. See, for me to take a call now, it is very far away. It is above 43,930 only. I'll take a call. Guys, important, right? Just don't worry for a trade. Trading में taking a trade at the right point of time is more important than anything else. As I said, right, I am seeing a very high probability today that this market will continue trading in a range, which is where 43,800 P at what price? Unni Krishnan, I have defined the condition. I am looking at some sort of support or sweep there. Only then I will take a trade. I am looking at 12.8 as a price where I can enter. Right, 12.8, but it has to create a sweep candle. Do not enter blindly there, please. Right, see, if you see, this is actually trading in a very narrow range. So more or less, right, I personally feel taking out this range of 43,760 is gonna be Herculean. $43,900 slowly call writers are making dominance. 44,000, these guys are clearly decimated, so do not worry. 43,800, now this guy has to actually, so there is an abnormal OI build up here. The problem is morning build up, whatever happened, right, they have not covered any position, so this abnormal build up, right, does not make sense. HDFC Bank spoiled the game. So components में if I see na HDFC is range bound, right? That is where I am not getting. So actually if you see, right, HDFC Kotak both trading in a narrow range. They are a pair, right? Axis is actually trading in this opening candle range. ICICI is again trading in an opening candle range, right? So SBI is the only one who is calling the shots. Problem today is for an operator to manipulate this market, it is very easy. He will pull SBI, market will go up. He will push SBI, market will go down. Rest all, right, are nothing but puppet figures along with it, right? If you see all 5 components are narrow, this is the only guy who is pushing and pulling it, right? So that is where I do not get confidence to trade a hero zero. I do not get a confidence to trade hero zero for that precise reason, right? Plus if I see there is no volume near the supports or resistance, there is no volume to either break out or break down. Generally on the future chart, right, you can see the volumes here, right? If you see this big volume came, but this was more a demand, this was during the result. After that there is no volume. See this fall also which is happening, there is no volume. We wait for the trade. If I get a trade, we'll take it. Otherwise it's okay, we do not take a trade because we have made our money in the put trade that we took. Each single candle, right, is giving 12 15. SBI contributes 8%, roughly 7.8 to 8% to Bank Nifty, but each candle is moving, right, in put is moving 12 15 points, which is where it is very difficult to take a put also today. So look at this, it's actually stuck in this range, right? Ideally consolidation के बाद कहीं पे ऊपर one red one green one red one green, right? This one if it is a green, right, if this one is green, right, they can actually FIIs and so DIIs cannot short the, generally do not short the markets, they can book profits, Harsha. FIIs generally they create their positions well in advance, right? And operators are nothing but people who come in with large money or are operating out of FIIs money. This one red one green one red one green, right, it will spoil the mood. I personally would avoid any hero zero today, guys. I would avoid the hero zero. I am not seeing any movement. If you see the candles are not inspiring any confidence on spot chart, on component chart. I don't know, I am seeing a very range bound day. Actually if you see, right, no volumes when it is coming down. This build up which happened, right, there is no pushback. So this level, right, in all probabilities could be something that these guys would protect. I would personally avoid hero zero, guys. I would personally avoid hero zero for this reason, right? I am actually seeing a very flat expiry. Three PM move will come, but as in, why would you want to risk? Today has been such a hard day, right? Why would you want to risk your hard earned money, right? 3 PM moves are very crazy. It is very crazy. I would personally avoid any sort of hero zero today, right? I would avoid hero zero for a simple reason that it is gonna be very tricky to take a trade. You see the put prices, right? 1 minute candle, they are actually moving very wild. In such a scenario, no, your chances of giving money back to the market are very high. Your chances of giving money back to the market are very high. I won't trade a hero zero. See again here also, right, if it goes beyond 198, I can see 240 238, right? My stop loss is at 149, so 30 point stop loss and reward is also 40 points. I am seeing a very tired market today, I am seeing a very tired market. See, and one green, one red, one green, one green, one red, red, green, right? This is not a market to take hero zero. It is only gonna eat your capital today. Guys, no hero zero for me. It is just doing one green, one red, one green, one red, right? For hero zero, you need a momentum somewhere. There is no momentum right now. It's consolidating, but the problem is consolidation also, right, should happen at the lower end of the spectrum. With one green, one red, the problem is market is actually somewhere in between these boxes, right? It is consolidating exactly at the center. It is not giving us any confidence to enter or exit a trade, right? In such a scenario, your hero zeros will also be consumed. They may write premiums on both the sides, guys. They may write premiums. I personally feel they will write premiums on both sides. Do not. I am personally not taking any hero zero trades. Right. See, now this candle as a follow up, right? As for the first time, there is a second green candle. I am seeing if it continues. Right. I will just wait and watch. It's a very tricky day. It's a very tricky day, as we had said in our various videos also, right? It is gonna be one difficult day to trade, and it is proving us right. It is proving us right, and there is no, so abnormal buildup has not happened, right? Now 43,900 also, if I see, right, so none of the setups today, right, will trigger. So if you see 43,900 put writers have started exiting. These guys are holding the position. 43,800 में call writers would be should exit the position now. These guys are building it, right? Sorry, 43,800, right? Sorry. So but these guys are not exiting the position. I don't know why. Put side there will be one move, but I am interested to take a next month expiry or fin nifty put, right? I am interested to take that, but avoid hero zero at all costs, guys. It will eat your capital. I am avoiding any hero zeros, and this is the reason, right? Now I am looking at 43. See, we were looking at 43,800 PE earlier, right? Sweep candle is about to form, right? I am still waiting. Let it form the sweep candle completely, right? This guy has built sufficient position. Prava, engineered liquidity, right, is nothing but a position which has been created by the buyers, right, or the sellers, to keep pushing people to buy or sell at that point, right? So you are, so again, it's sweep candles which are continuously getting formed there, right? It's sweep candles which are getting formed there, which make a person believe that these levels are gonna be hit, or they are gonna be say saved, right? And then those levels get taken out. That is engineered liquidity. Yeah, and that is what I'm saying, right? Smart money concepts as a thing, right? I don't understand the basics for at what level people's basic are, right? So it would be very difficult for me to comment right now and try and teach it in the live session, because in a live session, right, we have more than 58 to 66 participants who have joined. Most of these things will be a rocket science. right? So you reach out to support ID Prava if you want to learn this, right? Through our mentorship, we are going to teach advanced SMC also. So if you are interested, you reach out to them. They will give you a schedule, right? Where we are going to not only cover basics, but we are also going to cover some of these things, right? Right now, without knowing where exactly everyone's base is, right? See, inducement as a concept, so when I taught swing, right, swing as a concept is very difficult for people to understand, right? If I teach it, it will confuse everyone, right? If I talk about it right now, it will confuse many people. See, this is swept, right? Anyone has entered at this level. I i am personally not entering, but this has swept exactly at that point and is now going up. It is a very, very dangerous day to trade. It's a day where your capital can actually become zero. Okay, whoever took this 0 0 can exit. It's given 1 is to 2. Okay, Nagaraj, good. Please exit. Nagaraj, if you have taken it, right? Yeah, exit. It's at VWAP. Please exit. Right? I have personally not taken it, guys. I have personally not taken. Yeah, Rajni, I will teach it. I will teach it. Yeah. So whoever entered, right, I think at 12.8 we got a decent entry. I personally did not enter, and I was telling everyone try to either take a Fin Nifty or a say next week expiry, right? It is put, we were very clear, but till what level it can go we were not sure, right? And this data was very tricky. The only thing in data, right, that I could see was 43,800, 43,900, right? 43,900, the put writer was exiting, call writer was adding, but 43,800 the call writer, right, had started making position, put writer was also making position. You never put more than 15% capital. Okay, good. um, with this, right, the only conclusion is probably market will come down till where it is not known. Now spot and component chart both are bare. See, spot chart is actually giving no clue. For me, spot chart is giving no clue. Now see, now look at this movement, right? This has actually gone above all the levels. Now we did not expect this, but it happened, which is fine. What a move. 12.8 to 60. This was a rocket move. It's okay. Any idea about Concor after the expiry distance? Throw some light. Sure, Lakshmi. I will Concor. Right. Most of the guys have exited because it has given more than 1:2. Right. It has given more than 1:2. I will try and just look at the chart separately, but that has already given a solid move. But guys, did you see this? How? Okay, our direction was clearly correct, right? Our direction was clearly correct. We were looking at a move only on the put side. Anyone who has traded a put, right, for Fin Nifty or Bank Nifty next week would have made a decent money, because this has actually fallen, right? This has actually fallen by good 100 points. Yeah. Now, what I said, when it is actually gonna fall, this will become a support. This is becoming the first round of support. Let the market take it. Let the market take it. We will get another entry around. We will get another entry. I would take an entry in Fin Nifty now, right? Thanks, Anirudh. It was one of the toughest days, right, from an expiry standpoint. I hope everyone who joined, right, got a good value of their time. The way we kind of looked at the market, the way we analyzed. Hero Zero trade, personally, I have not taken. Some of you all who have taken it, indeed good, right? I said if you have entered at 12, right, exit at 39 because that is a VWAP, right? You have got your more than 1 is to 3 because your risk reward, as in 12 rupees entry, 39 rupees exit, right? That is a good one, right? I am personally now not in any trade. What I would do is we have a Concor query, right? So we'll look at the chart, guys. Now we are not in any trade. Anyone, as in from a bank nifty standpoint, I have no trades open, right? I have said if anyone wants to take a trade, can trade it on the next week's expiry, right? I will proceed in my mind clearly now. Bank Nifty, right? For this, it will give one round of fall, right? The problem is that fall, by the time it comes, we will already be, our premiums for this week's expiry would already be exhausted by then. Right, guys, if you guys have made good profit, please share it with our support ID, right? It helps reinforce the fact that people can make money from the market, right? And now if we see the option data, right, this will clearly say why these guys were standing, right? Now we see this. Do you see this 38 lakh contracts? They have all covered, right? They have all covered. But this was not part of the setup. Again, I am saying this is not part of the setup. This was part of an alternate thing that we do, right? Whenever the market actually starts, say there is no build up both the sides, right? We look at certain cues to figure out which side the market may move. It was put side for us for a pure reason that when we analyze the market, we could see that call writers are holding position, put writers above are not writing. Yeah, guys, if everyone has so I took a trade of 44,000 PE at 202, which was a prior supply level, right? I had just entered with 6 lots. I had suggested everyone to take Bank Nifty for next week expiry and Fin Nifty. They both, if they have given movement, good. If they have not, just absorb this as a learning. Yeah, I will move to Concor, and if you see, right, five the on I kept saying this is the guy who will be used by operators to manipulate. Good. What did you invest in, Vikas? Have you taken Hero Zero? Okay. Okay, good. So what did I say? Everyone else is in a range, right? This has actually not broken the range. I said SBI is the only fellow who would be used to break the markets, and SBI needs support from one person. That one person turned out to be Axis because Axis was trading around its closing range. It broke by 5 to 6 points, right? Rest all, if you see, are here and there. This went flying. Yes, it went flying. It went flying, right? I had suggested for people who wanted to take a trade entry, I had suggested 12.8. It has gone 9 times, right? I personally did not enter. I entered 44,000 PE. Yeah, just cool. Any questions on? Okay, if there are no questions, right, we can proceed, right? We can proceed now. Yeah, Bank Nifty 43,800p. Guys, whoever has taken this Hero Zero, please share your screenshots with support ID, right? It also reinforces the fact that we are analyzing live. Some of you all are taking a trade. I personally did not take that trade because of my risk appetite. I personally took 44,000 PE, and that also above demand area, because my risk appetite will not suit that trade, right? But the analysis that we did, we said at 12.8 if it sweeps, at 12.8 if it sweeps, one should enter the trade. It came right below till 11 point, I think it's come to 11.45. Someone said it's come to 10.8, but I see 11.8 on my system, right? It says 11.8 on my systems. Yeah, that's fine. See, if you have made three, see, don't regret the moves later, right? If you have entered and if you were able to make good points, right? Why are you, see, you have made money, right? It's not that you have given money back to market, right? Why are you regretting the additional points that you could not capture, right? That mindset will not help you. It's actually touched the support down and it's actually flying back. Do you see how the market is actually playing today? It touched the support of this point, right? Just went swept, it touched the support here. This rally base rally candle, right? It has touched and it has come back. That is where I said that today Hero Zero will be very tricky. Don't, what about missing these? Yeah. And Lakshmi, that is see, do not regret the trade. So I generally have my defined risk and then I come out, right? This is retest of the support, right? If someone wants to buy again by next week's put, it will give you good result. Yeah. Again, if there are no questions on Bank Nifty, I will quickly go to Concor, right? I will quickly go to Concor. Good. Jigar, you have made good money, don't worry. Lakshmi, Concor has made a big bearish candle at an interim place, right? Now, ideally, right, this is trading in between, right? Around 625, it can take a good support and it can actually go above this trap candle to the target. So there is a fair value gap here, right? This somewhere in June we are expecting it to hit 700 levels, but right now for today this is a, it was consolidating here. There is a bearish candle formation between 625 and 630. It should consolidate and then go higher. Jigar, I will post gold view, right? I will post in the group, right? I do not want to use this platform for the view. I will give it later. I just have to go somewhere, right? I just wanted to concentrate on stock and then I wanted to close the session. It has given no move in single direction. Call put, call put, call put. Today everyone would have gone wild. Entire day it is done. Yeah, back to 20, which is where I said that today there is no point holding. It is gonna make, it is gonna, it has become, today's market was one of the trickiest that I have seen in last few months, right? The expiry was the trickiest. I hope everyone enjoyed. See, these are not the trades that I encourage people to take, guys. It is not a trade that I encourage people to take. We don't take trades for kind of increasing our BP, right? um, Jigar, I will send the gold levels, right? Gold, mein na, my stop loss actually, I had defined a stop loss and it got hit in the morning. So I have to just revisit the levels, right? I have to revisit those levels. Ideally, the session timings, right? It works for the session timings, but today Asia session timings were not respected. So I'll have to just wait and see how it works. Yeah. Lakshmi, your question on Concord is addressed. Do you see this is a support, right? This entire range is a support. We'll have to wait and then wait for a reversal here. This is a Marubozu which has been trapped. PVR. PVR is a June bet. It's a news based bet, right? It's a news based bet. Same thing. There is a falling channel here, right? There is a falling channel here. It is gonna. We are expecting these levels. There is a good base formation, right? There is a falling channel here. For guys, again, I'm saying stock options positionally, because there is no stop loss there. Please don't enter if you are entering with your capital, right? There are these two are good selling candles above 1450. It will become bullish. It can go right up to 1557. Right? Cool. Only always take one. Never two lots, Lakshmi. Always take one, and that also out of profit. Always take one, right? Don't risk your capital, guys. Again and again, I'm saying, right? Don't risk your capital. Yeah, fair. I will close the session. If there is a gold view, I will post it later. For time being, I'm just signing off, right? I hope everyone enjoyed the session and everyone had good expiry trades. We made decent profits today, right? Given first trade was a loss, it was a good overall ending for us, right? Two trades that I could take with you guys were both ended in profit. So I'm happy that you guys could learn and also make some profits out of the trades, right? Thank you guys. Signing off for now. We will connect again.